everyone, this is Lou Powell, and today I am joined by Marko Muellner, who is our leader of our CX acceleration team. Welcome, Marko.
Welcome, thank you for having me.
And our guest today is Jeff Gothelf, who is a coach, speaker, author, and consultant. Welcome, and thank you for joining us, Jeff.
My pleasure to be here, Lou. Thanks so much for having me.
What are your thoughts on that idea that we need to be philosophically thinking of our business in these segregated purposes?
So I was just speaking with somebody yesterday about this, and feels like this concept of innovation labs, and it was all the rage for a long time. And I think you'd be hard pressed to find like true innovation labs in most of large organizations and most of organizations these days. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is there's several reasons, right? So like you said, it's coming up with those creative ideas is one thing, and you can try to box that up and package that, but then you have to productize that. You have to take that to market, you have to take it out and broaden it. And it's that transition out of an innovation lab into the productization process where most of these ideas die. Those ideas typically don't see the light of day, they don't productize well, or they're simply conceived outside of product strategy that the whole organization is working on, that when you try to sort of shoehorn them into what the rest of the company is doing, it doesn't make sense. The other challenge with these innovation labs is that they're hoarding all of that good work process, right? It just kind of happens in this, it's not an ivory tower, but it's a tower of some color, right? And and it's the black turtleneck tower, right? Generally speaking, right? And all of that is held there, and the rest of the organization doesn't get any of that. Those are the main reasons that these innovation labs end up shutting down and then being absorbed back into the organization, right? And it's this idea that we want to democratize this process, and we want to create paths of least resistance for these ideas to go from a spark in somebody's brain to a prototype to production as quickly as possible. And I think that if you compartmentalize each one of those steps in that process, well, you're slowing it down and you're increasing the risk of death for those ideas.
So the idea that Google could become the Google startup that they once were and do things in the same way is false. They can't do today what they started out doing because they're a completely different enterprise. It's that idea, right? So the idea that innovation labs as a startup mentality can be brought into an enterprise and be successful is a fallacy.
And this is the thing that really hits home when I speak with leaders and executives about, well, why should you be thinking about software as the engine of your business, and software is continuous, and so all of this like fixed date, fixed scope, linear planning doesn't make sense anymore. And I always ask them this question. I said, when is Google done? Right? When is Netflix done? Or when is Amazon is like, all right, you know what? That's the best e-commerce experience it's ever going to be. We're going home, right? Turn off the lights, right? They're never done.